Welcome to the Old Time Radio Westerns. I'm your host, Andrew Rines, and let's get into this episode. This episode is going to be The Lone Ranger. Original air date is June 20th, 1945, and the title is Trading Post. Let's get into it.
Cloud of dust and a hearty Hail Silver, the Lone Ranger. With his faithful Indian companion Tonto, the masked rider of the plains led the fight for law and order in the early western United States. The stories of his strength and courage, his daring and resourcefulness have come down to us through the generations. And nowhere in the pages of history can one find a greater champion of justice. Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver. The Lone Ranger rides again.
One Silver! Let's go, big fellow! Hail Silver!
Dan Reed was riding north to meet the Lone Ranger and Tonto. It had been a lonely ride across barren country. He welcomed the chance to swap a few words with the man he saw dismounted by a water hole.
Hi there. Is the water free?
Freeze air, son. Dip in. Invite your horse to do the same.
Thanks. There you go. There you are, Victor. Go to it, boy.
You're having dusty travel.
Sure have. I guess I'll take my shirt off and see if I can get rid of a few layers of dust.
Hey, you dropped something out of your pocket.
Oh, thanks.
Handbill, huh?
It's an old one.
Jake Feeney. I've heard of him.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, I was just looking at this handbill you dropped. Didn't Jake Feeney stick up the Butterfield stage a few years ago?
Uh-huh.
I thought so. And the law got him. Remember hearing about his tryout.
Yes, he was supposed to have stolen a pile of cash.
Supposed to have. Found guilty, wasn't he?
Yes. He was easy for the people on the stage to identify because he was so small.
According to this handbill, he weighed about half what I do.
100 pounds.
You better get your shirt on. The sun is bad.
Uh-huh.
Why did you say that Feeney was supposed to have stolen that cash?
Well, the cash wasn't found. Feeney never admitted that he stole it.
Say, he ain't a friend of yours, is he?
Golly, no. I never saw him. Say, you haven't met anyone around here that'd fit the description of him, have you?
No, why?
Well, he's out of jail now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. My friends are on the lookout for him. You see, the law figured that Feeney had hidden the money before he was captured.
Sounds reasonable.
When he was turned out of jail, a marshal was supposed to keep track of him in case he went to get the money.
It was a smart idea. One of your friends is a marshal.
No, the marshal was killed.
That's bad. Murder?
Could have been. It could have been an accident. He was hit by a rock that came down the side of the mountain.
Say, You ain't trying to pick up where the marshal left off, are you?
No, but my friend...
Your friends are?
I guess I shouldn't say any more. Come on, Victor, we've got to shove on.
Son, it was good to talk to you. Hope your friends make out all right.
Thanks. Steady, boy.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Come on, Victor.
Doggone lucky I met that sprout. I gotta tell something to Jake Feeney now. Come here, you. Steady. Get up! Come on! Ho there, ho.
Hey, Drake, be careful.
Shut up, Feeney, and listen to me.
Well, you shouldn't ride that way. I was standing right there. You blame me or run me down.
You'll be run down another way if you ain't careful, Feeney.
What are you talking about?
That marshal was found.
Yeah? That's bad.
It means that someone else is on your trail.
Well, that doggone tough luck. I figured no one would know the marshal was dead until after we'd got to that cache.
Well, the cards didn't fall that way, Feeney. You gotta stay out of sight. That's all there is to it.
Hang it all. A fortune in cash waiting.
Now, here's what you gotta do. You gotta trust me.
I wouldn't trust my own father where so much cash is involved.
You ought to know you can trust me. Didn't I do all right in pulling strings with the right people to get your jail term cut down?
Well, look here, Drake. I'll trust you part way. I'll tell you where I hid the cash.
Good.
But you needn't get double-cross ideas. You'd never find the money without me.
I'm not thinking about a double cross, Feeney. Now, don't talk like that.
Just warning you. That's all.
Now, look. Where's the cash?
I hid it in an old abandoned building.
Well, then everything is easy. Where's the building?
The trouble is, that place ain't abandoned now.
Oh, no?
You see, a new stage trail went through. It went right past that building. The place was handy, so a couple of old galoots fixed it up and set up a trading post.
Hey, I know that place. There's a settlement of Caddo Indians on the east and a Comanche village on the west.
Yeah, that's a place.
Ah, the old men who run it are named Lem Barton and Hank Hawkins. I've heard of them.
You know him?
No, I never saw them. If Feeney. Maybe they found that cash.
Well, they wouldn't find that cash in a million years. Neither would you, unless I showed you the hiding place.
Well, we've got no problem, Feeney. There's no one near the trading post but Indians. The Indians ain't interested in you. All we got to do is go there and dispose of those two old men.
Yeah. They'd be found dead when the next stage come through. The law would hunt for the killers and the motive. Some smart lawman might remember that I stuck up the stage near there. He might realize that the killing comes soon after I get out of jail. Oh, no. Can't take no chances in the law putting two and two together.
Can't we fix it so it'll look like the work of the engine?
Sure. Everyone knows those redskins are peaceful. They ain't even got rifles. Wait a minute.
What is it, Feeney?
Maybe I got an idea.
Good. Let's hear it.
Maybe we could stir up the redskins.
Huh?
If we could get those two tribes sore at each other... Yeah. Drake, I'm getting the idea worked out. I think we can fix things so as that post will be abandoned again. And we can fix it so as the Indians will be the cause.
After hours of discussion, the two men left their hiding place by night. Drake headed for the Caddo village, while Feeney, hiding his tracks, went to the Comanches. During the days that followed, each plotter carried out his part of the carefully planned program. The Lone Ranger spent a week in fruitless search. The seventh night in camp found him discussing Jake Feeney with Dan and Tonto.
I wonder if he knows he's wanted by the law for questioning in connection with the marshal's death.
Well, how him know it?
He wouldn't be likely to unless he went into a town.
You said that all the lawmen had been told to watch for him.
They have.
He couldn't disguise himself. He's too small. He'd be spotted in no time.
You sure him not already captured?
Well, the stage driver we met at sundown said he was still at large.
Yeah, that's right.
Golly, I wonder if that man I talked to...
You said he was a big man, Dan.
Oh, he wasn't Jake Feeney. But I wonder. He might have known Jake Feeney. He might have told him. Gosh, I hope I didn't talk too much.
Feeney will have to stop somewhere. He's traveling light. He'll need supplies. Hello. Didn't you tell me that a new trading post had been set up a few miles south of Chief Thundercloud village?
That's right. Trading post on new stage trail.
Say, I have an idea.
What is it, Dan?
There are a lot of hunters in Chief Thundercloud's village. They cover a lot of ground.
Yes?
Maybe some of them have seen Jake Feeney.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
Golly.
To break camp at sunrise. Well, Tonto and I question the men in Thundercloud's village. You take the handbill to the trading post and make inquiries.
All right.
Tonto and I'll join you at the trading post. I'll wait there until we arrive.
5 foot, 1 inch tall. Weight, 98 pounds. Little squirt, ain't he?
Yes, Mr. Barton.
I never seen nothing to match this here description. Did you, Hank?
No, but then that don't prove that he ain't in this vicinity, Lem. We don't get to see many people.
And that's why we'd certain sure know it if this half-grown critter'd been the trading post.
You see, Dan, about the only ones that stop in here are the passengers on the steamer.
And the Injuns, Hank. Don't forget the Injuns.
No, I ain't forgetting them, Dad rat 'em. Huh. There's one standing outside right now. Looks like he's coming in.
Oh, he'll come in, all right.
A Comanche.
Here he comes.
Aren't you going to see what he wants?
We know what he wants.
Yeah, look at him standing there, just like all the others.
Gone.
Uh-oh. He's looking at our stock of rifles and ammunition. I tell you, Lem, we're due for trouble as sure as you're born.
Daniel, would you like a dozen new rifles?
A dozen?
And ammunition for real cheap?
Well, I don't
For
know.
nothing, we'll give them to you.
Hey, now, Lem.
All we got in stock. Would you like them?
Yeah, Lem Barton,
Now,
you
shush
just
up,
wait.
Hank. I know what I'm doing. If the Indians see someone carrying away our stock of rifles, maybe they'll leave us be when the trouble busts out.
Maybe you're right.
Look, the critter's leaving now. He just wanted to make sure the rifles are still there.
Do the Indians want those rifles?
You bet they do. We won't sell firearms to the Redskins.
Oh.
Every day there'll be half a dozen Indians here to look at them rifles. First a Comanche, and then a Caddo, and then another Comanche, and then another Caddo. That's the way it goes. Been that way for the past week.
You see, Dan, we got the Cardos on the east and the Comanches on the west.
Yes, I know.
Seems like there's been sneaking thievery going on.
Yes, and each outfit suspects the other. We got the same story from both sides.
You mean the Caddos think the Comanches are stealing from them?
Yes, that's it. And vice versa.
Huh?
He means the same thing goes both ways.
Yeah. Sooner or later, there'll be a row between the two tribes. Then both tribes will want the rifles we got here.
And when they start fighting mad, they'll come and help themselves.
Why don't you hide the rifles? Isn't there a good place to hide them?
Sure, we got a fine place. I tried to tell them we could put them down in the cellar. I suggested hiding them in the lamb, didn't I?
That ain't a good suggestion at all. If the Indians come here fighting mad and they think we hid the rifles, why, they'll tear the place down looking for 'em.
I see.
Best thing to do, as I see it, is let the critters take the rifles and hope for the best. We'll be lucky if we got a place left when they're through.
They'll rip things wide apart anyhow, Lem. If the Cardos get here first and get the rifles, the Comanches will be sore at it.
And vice versa.
Oh, my sakes alive, there's another one.
It's a Caddo this time. Now watch him, Daniel. He looked the rifles over same as the other.
Counting them.
Dan, how about my proposition? Do you want them rifles? Now, if the Redskins seen you tote them away,
I'll have to ask my friend in Tonto.
Huh? What was that last name?
Tonto.
Is that an Indian name?
Yes, Mr. Hawkins. Tonto's an Indian.
Oh, my.
Oh, my sakes alive. What outfit is he with? Is he a Caddo or a Comanche?
Neither. Right now he's with Chief Thundercloud's tribe.
Who's he?
Where's that tribe?
They just settled north of here a few miles.
You mean to say we got 3 tribes near us now?
I guess so.
Oh, woe is me.
Oh, Lem, there's another Caddo.
Yes, he lit up like he was excited.
Oh, maybe this is it.
Doggone, he's mighty sure about something.
Lem, we better go and see what happened.
Come on, Hank. I hope one of them can tell us. Hey! Hey there, boys! Just a minute. What's all excitement? What's happening?
Well, in trouble. Maybe big war.
Now, boys, ain't no need for war. My sakes alive.
Yeah, Lem is right.
Daughter of Chief. Gone.
You mean your chief's daughter? She's gone?
That's right. Chief think Comanche steal daughter of Chief.
Oh, my. That's terrible. Does it mean war?
We see. Chief hold big council.
Now, look, boys, look. If there's trouble, you wouldn't know how to use them rifles.
We'll learn. White man with Indian. Him teach.
I've got to get away.
Yeah, where are you going?
I've got to ride north.
Huh. What happened to him?
Hank, I'm a-wondering what'll happen to us.
Come on, Victor.
The curtain falls on the first act of our Lone Ranger story. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. Now to continue our story. Soon after the Lone Ranger and Tonto left Chief Thundercloud's village, they saw Dan Reed approaching. He was riding hard. When he reined up breathless with excitement...
Oh, Silver. Go, fella.
Steady, fella. Oh, golly, I'm glad I met you.
What happened at the trading post?
Why you not wait there?
There's going to be war
War?
between the Comanches and the Caddos.
Oh, them not warlike Indians?
Nevertheless, Tonto, there's going to be a fight. There's been trouble brewing for the past week.
What kind of trouble, then?
Well, each of the tribes thinks the other's been sneaking around and stealing their property.
I see.
While I was at the post, an Indian rode up with word that the daughter of the Caddo chief had been abducted.
Oh?
The Caddos are holding a council of war. They think the girl was captured by the Comanches.
Indians live in peace plenty long time,
I
Dan.
guess the trouble began about a week ago. The old men at the trading post are mighty worried.
They are?
You see, they have rifles and ammunition at the post. During the past week, the Indians of both tribes have been trying to buy rifles.
Indian not know how to use rifles.
But there's a white man at the Caddo village, Tonto. He'll show 'em how.
A white man? Dan, are you sure?
That's what one of the Caddos said.
I wonder if
Oh, golly. Do you think it might be Jake Feeney?
Beanie could have hidden there.
But what about the old men at the trading post? They're scared stiff. If war breaks out, both tribes will go after those rifles. They'll wreck the post to get them. They might kill the old men.
Yes, I know.
Isn't there some way to get help to them?
Yes, there is a way. The question of how much time we have. Follow me.
Right.
Round, Silver. We're going back to Chief Thundercloud. Come on, Silver.
Get along.
Jake Feeney had sneaked away from the Indian village and followed a shallow stream to a sheltered rendezvous between high banks. Drake was there ahead of him.
It's about time you showed up, Feeney.
Well, I had to be careful. Had to be sure no one saw me.
Well, I've carried out my part of the plans. There's the Indian girl.
Oh, yeah, so I see.
Figured I better gag her.
Have any trouble getting her out of the Caddo village?
I managed all right.
So the Comanches will get the blame?
Wait till the chief finds the cool feather I left.
The feather I brought you?
Yeah. It's a slick idea for us to meet and swap things from the two villages.
Are you sure the chief will recognize the feather?
Sure he will.
And if he don't blame the Comanches for stealing the girl, our plans will fizzle.
He'll blame him. He recognized the knife I left when I sneaked out the furs.
He blamed the Comanches for that, huh?
Sure he did. He blamed him for shooting the Mustang when he saw the dead horse with a Comanche arrow in its side.
Good.
You managed to get the Comanches sore at the Caddos.
Yeah. They're ready to fight. Look, Drake, you told the Indians about those rifles at the trading post, didn't you?
Sure. And they got their eyes on them.
Uh-huh. So have the Comanches.
Well, then we can sit tight and wait for things to happen.
I think our plan's a good one, Drake. As soon as the war is started, both outfits will go for the rifles.
Can't miss.
If the Indians don't make a wreck of the trading post, we'll finish the job. And the Indians will be blamed. And if they don't dispose of the two old men...
We'll finish that job, too. But what about the girl?
I don't know.
You said to bring her here alive.
We got to do something. We can't leave her to tell what she's learned.
Hardly.
The Comanches have to be blamed for what happens to her. We'll take her with us when we go to the post.
That's what I would.
Drake, hear that?
I hear him.
War cries.
This is it, Feeney. This is it.
The two old men in the trading post heard the war cries. They knew what to expect, and there was little to be done by way of prevention.
Close that door, Hank. Close it and pile everything we can move against it. Now, hold on, Lem. That ain't going to help. Why ain't it? Here, give me a hand for this box. Oh, listen to me a minute. Will you close that door? No, I won't. I tell you, it won't do no good. Not a smidge of good. Redskins will smash it down or come through the windows or tear the wall down. The more we resist, the more damage we'll get. Yes, but we... Lem, best thing we can do is to toss the rifles out in front where the critters are, and they can get them without coming into the building. Hank, look at them come. No, my. Coming from the north. So they are. Well, great day, Lem. Them ain't the Caddos.
And they ain't the Comanches.
It's the third outfit.
The one Daniel made mention of.
Must be.
Look what's riding ahead of the Indians.
Huh?
On that white horse. It's a masked man.
Oh, Hank, this is awful. This is terrible. What if all three outfits come here for the rifles? Oh, dear.
Maybe we ought to clear out.
I don't know what we ought to do.
Just look at that critter ride.
Well, I never.
Then what do we do? If we're going to get out of here and hide, we better get getting.
We can't do it, Hank. We've waited too long. The masked man sees us.
He's a-waving at us.
I expect this is the finish, Hank. Dad, rat, the day we took over this place.
I'd like to get the critter that told us the Indians around here was friendly and peace-loving.
Sakes alive. What a horse that masked man's got.
Hey, Dan Reed sent me.
What you say, Hank?
Says Dan Reed sent him.
The Carter's been here yet.
The coyotes?
They ain't been here yet.
Good. I was afraid we might be too late.
Look, mister, take the rifles, take the ammunition, take everything.
Now, listen to me a minute.
Huh?
Those Indians are led by Chief Thundercloud.
Yes, we know.
They're going to help us.
Help?
What do you mean?
They're going to surround this place. They're going to start fires and fire rifles.
Oh, me.
They're going to upset the furniture and pull things from the shelves.
You call that helping?
We'll help if it saves you from something worse. Now come with me and do as I say.
Now, see here. What happens if we don't do as you say?
I'm ready to back my orders.
All right. Don't draw. I only ask, that's all.
Wild confusion as the Indians closed in on the trading post. They clattered around the outside on horses, then rushed in. They pulled things from the shelves, upset counters, spilled the contents of many boxes and barrels to the floor. They seized the rifles, and then gunfire added to the clamor. Outside the post, great bonfires were kindled. The flames leaped high over the heaped brushwood. The Indians had gone. The fires had burned down. When Finney and Drake rode to the post office door.
Oh. Still got this girl in the saddle with me, Feeney. What about her?
You can carry her, can't you?
She can walk. Her feet ain't tied. Now hoist her down.
I thought the whole place would be burned down.
Well, maybe it's just as well it ain't. If it had been burned, it might be hard to get through to the cellar.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that.
You ready to go inside?
Yep.
Should I bring the girl along?
Yeah, might as well. It'll save coming out to get her.
Come on, miss. This way.
Still gagged, ain't she?
Sure.
I'd like to know how the fight come out.
He could have sneaked up close enough to see more of it.
It wouldn't have been smart to run the risk. If either one of those tribes spotted us, they might have suspected something.
Yeah.
Here's the door.
Got your gun handy?
Yeah. But I don't think we'll need it. If the old men were around, they'd have a light of some kind.
We ought to have a light.
Gotta have one. Wait a minute. The floor is littered with stuff.
Got a match?
Yeah. I've brought a hunk of candle, too. I'll light it so we can see where we're going.
Holy smoke, look at the place.
The Indians sure made a mess of things, didn't they?
Just like you figured.
Now be careful where you step.
Do you know where the stairs are?
Right over here. There's a trap door to the cellar.
Hope it's still there.
Yeah, I see it. Right over yonder.
Sure enough.
I'll open it up and go down first. That'll light the way for you and the girl.
All right.
Get a grip on this handle. There. Come on. That does it.
If you ain't forgot the hiding place of that cache.
Don't worry about that. I know exactly where I put it. And there ain't a chance in a million if the old men found it.
I'll send the girl down now.
Right.
Go on. Down them stairs.
Now, she's obedient, if nothing else.
Should I close the trap door?
No need. Leave it open. Better take the girl's arm. We don't want her to make a break to escape.
I got her. I get that cash when we get out of here.
This way.
It better be enough to make all this trouble worthwhile.
It'll be worthwhile, Drake.
You're stopping.
Well, this is where the cash is hid.
Where?
This candle ain't more than 3 feet from it right now. Would you believe that?
I ain't got to be shown. Go ahead and get it.
Well, you see this stone in the foundation?
Of course I see it.
It looks just as tight as the rest. But it ain't. Now, I just get a hold right here.
It's moving. It's coming. Watch your toes.
Well, there's my hiding place. How do you like it? Now, set the candle down here.
See if the cash is in there.
It's a long reach.
Is it there?
Yep, I've got it. Here's the bag.
It's all I've been waiting for.
Hey!
Don't move, Finney.
Drake, put that gun down.
You think I'm a fool? Why should I let you have half of that cash?
Why, you're double-crossing.
David, Redskins will get blamed for all that happens here, won't they, Feeney? The smashing of things, the murder of the girl, and your death.
You want me, Kyle?
You first, Feeney, and the girl.
There you are, Feeney.
Who's that? What?
Hank, if you make a move, I'll smash your other arm.
Matt,
Who in...
Come on, men. Bring ropes for the prisoners.
Come on, Hank. Come on, get the culprits. I'm coming. I'm right with you, Lem.
Dan, you know that man?
Yes, that's the man I talked to.
You?
He's the one I saw at the water hole.
Give me your hands, you polecat.
Release the girl, Dan.
I just give him my knife.
Sam, you and Hank can take charge of the prisoners. The reward for the recovery of the money and the capture of the marshal's murderers will more than repay the damage to your post.
We'll take care of the buzzards.
We sure will.
Stay with them, Dan. I'll take the girl back to her father. She can tell him the truth about her abduction.
No,
That rope's too tight.
now, ain't that too bad? Maybe I don't know my own strength.
Come with me, miss. We'll go back to your own people.
Look here. Who is that masked man?
A friend of ours.
But how'd he know
just
where...
put two and two together, that's all. He figured someone was stirring up the Redskins and asked himself why.
Tell the polecat that his Injun war didn't work out, Lem. Tell him that. Make him see that he fuzzled out on his plans all the way around.
You see, you critters didn't figure on Chief Thundercloud's strike. He come here, and he split up and sent half his outfit to the Caddos and half to the Comanches. To keep them quiet till we got the true facts.
If it hadn't been for that masked man...
Listen, Feeney, if it hadn't have been for him, you'd be a dead duck right now. And the hangman would have lost a customer.
The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated.
This has been a presentation of OTRWesterns.com, and we hope you enjoyed. Please take some time to like and rate our shows in your favorite podcast application. Follow us on Facebook by going to OTRWesterns.com/Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to OTRWesterns.com/YouTube. And send us an email, podcast@OTRWesterns.com. You can call and leave us a voicemail, 707-986-8739. This episode is copyright under the Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike copyright. For more information, go to OTRWesterns.com/copyright. Have a great day, and thanks for listening.